everybody, it's Mary Ellen Stites from Create With Me, and I'm here in the Creativity Nest for another episode of Teach Me Tuesday. So today I have kind of a crazy idea, and I hope you'll bear with me and I hope you'll enjoy it. So I'm going to an event next week in New Orleans, and I wanted to make kind of a different type of card. And so I've been working with the stamp set that is called A Little Cheesy. You've seen it in the card that we did for, let me grab it here, in the card that we did Friday for Emmy's 3Cs. Did this card here using the cheese. But today I wanted to use the wine glass and the saying that says, where there's a wine, there's a way. But I wanted this card to be interactive. And you're going to be, well, okay, how can you make a card with a wine glass interactive? But I'm going to show you it. And you can tell me if I'm crazy or not. That's okay. It doesn't bother me. So I'm going to start with my Stamparatus. And I have my wine glass and I have my greeting on the Stamparatus. And I'm going to ink up my wine glass with some Memento ink and stamp that on my pre-positioned piece of white, basic white cardstock. That is exactly how I want it. I'm going to use cherry cobbler. Originally, I used Mary Merlot because, granted, that is wine. But I want to try it with cherry cobbler. And I'm going to just put my words, where there's a wine, there's a way. I'm going to ink it up again. That's a little light. Could be my ink pad. That's a nice thing about the Stamparatus is because I can do it over and over again. So I really like the way that looks. I'm going to take that out, but I need to stamp my wine glass again. So I've got a little piece of paper here. I'm going to see how my positioning is. Yeah, that's pretty good. It doesn't have to be exactly in the center. And I've got just a piece of paper that's, I don't know, it's about looks like it's 2 1/4 by 1, 2, 3 1/2 or 3 3/4. It's kind of subjective. There's my wine glass. It's not dark enough to suit me. I'm going to stamp it again. Really, the only part that's going to be seen is this part up here, the actual bowl of the glass. So okay, so let's go ahead and move our Stamparatus out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and this is the front of my card, and I want to cut out the glass part. So I'm going to take the point of my shears, my snips. Whoops! I'm trying not to draw blood on camera, so I'm just putting them in, and I'm cutting up to the rim of the glass, and I want to cut out the inside of my glass. And I'm going to give you a couple tips and tricks. While I have that out, I'm going to go ahead and color. I love to add a little bit of Pool Party around my, when I'm coloring my stamped images, because I feel like it just kind of grounds them a little. And then I'm going to put it in the bowl. And then to ground that, I'm going to use a little bit of the Smoky Slate. I'm going to bring it around here. That's just grounding my glass a little. Okay, so now I've got that done. But I want to give you another tip that I love to do when I cut out images and I have just a little bit of a white rim. I like to take my Stampin' Write marker and I like to just color that edge on the inside. And you'll see why, because if I don't, you're going to see that little bit of an edge. And so here where I didn't get it perfect, I'm going to draw that in black. I'm going to make sure all my edges are colored just like that. Okay, so now I've got this image, and then I've got this one right here. And now I'm going to bring in some non-Stampin' Up items. And that is, I've got a bottle of vegetable glycerin. This is a ginormous bottle. Actually, it's my daughter's. I found it in her cabinet, so I stole it. But you can buy small bottles at the drugstore. And then I've got some tiny little zip top baggies, and that's what I'm going to use. So what I did was I bought these little bottles a long time ago to hold my alcohol. This one I've added the vegetable glycerin and a little bit of water, and then I've added drops of Mary Merlot refill until I got the color that I desired. So what I'm going to do, I know it's getting crazy in here. I'm going to open up this baggie. That's the hardest part. And I'm going to make sure it's open all the way to the bottom. Taking off the lid. You don't need very much of this. And you're going to squeeze. I'm going to take a look. That might be all that I need. I may just end there. I'm probably going to be sorry. I'm going to add a couple more drops. But I hope I'm not sorry. All right. So I'm going to add that. So you got this beautiful color. I'm going to try to get out these little bubbles and seal this. Trying to get out the bubbles. Don't worry about the glycerin going all over. Trying to pop those bubbles, get the air out, and then seal that bag just like that. And then push that down. It's okay if there's little bubbles. We'll just say that's a pink champagne. I don't know. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some transparency tape, just some clear transparent tape, and tape that so there's no chance of any liquid coming out anywhere. I'm not going to worry so much about, I don't have to worry about the bottom, but I can tape the sides if you want. Just like so. Crazy, right? Oops, I wanted that to be a little straighter. Okay, now I've created a little bit of a bubble, but I'm going to break that bubble up. Okay, now when I put it behind my card, let me get my color down. I've got this beautiful wine that kind of moves around. It can kind of pour and such. So fun. Just going to attach it with some tape on the back. And then I'm going to show my finished card. Let me get it. Kind of play around with it a little bit. Attach it here. Okay, then I'm going to attach it to my layer, attach it to my card, and then let me show you the card that I have finished. Here's the finished card. It's got a little wine in it if you want to pour. Kind of pours a little bit. This one's a little bit thicker. This one's probably pure glycerin. And then here you can see I used the Mary Merlot on it. So that is my crazy idea for you today. I'm going to take you back up to my desk and talk a little bit about what we have going on right now with Stampin' Up. There's my website and my August host code. If you need to place an order, appreciate if you use that host code. And anyone who does, I send them a little treat at the end of the month in their inbox, some great tutorials for you to use in your stamping. So snag a picture of that. You guys have a great day. Bye, everybody.